Welcome, welcome. This is Team F4E webinar episode 4. We're going to be talking a little bit about contest prep services, things that you guys need to know if you're first-time competitors or if you're just looking to take yourself to the next level. We can help cut out some of that learning curve for you. So we have a few special guests with us today, which we'll further introduce, but we have Catherine. And Catherine, I'm going to let you pronounce your last name to make sure I don't mess it up.
It's kind of a dude. Chlipala.
Okay. Well, see, I'm glad I let you pronounce it.
It's hard.
All right, and we will talk a little bit more about what Catherine does with hair and makeup services and other competition prep services in a moment here. Let's hear from. Also, we have Josie Cruz from Tropical Tan.
Hey.
All right. Josie is the man with the plan. He's actually been my competition tanning sponsor since the beginning, since my NPC days. So very proud to be, part of that network. What are we now? 3 out of 4 years, Kenosha's best.
Yep.
All right, that's what we like.
You started before you even started lifting. You didn't even lift.
Do you even tan, bro? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a screen share. And me and Nicole are going to walk you through some slides on the slideshow. So give me one moment here. All right, Nicole, let me know if these slides are working. Are you seeing the slideshow?
Yes, it's a little bit smaller slides. It's not a full show.
No, so you're not seeing the actual slideshow yet.
Correct.
All right, hold on. There's a certain way we got fooled last time.
Yeah, it's in preview mode, I think.
Okay, let's try this. I think I know what it is. We have to present to everyone a full screen. All right, is that looking a little better for you?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, I'll go ahead and talk through a few of these slides and give you guys the rundown, and we'll get a word from our special guest here. All right, as we mentioned, Josie Cruz from Tropical Tan, and we have Catherine. Catherine's MAC Mac. She's a Mac daddy, professional for hair and makeup services. And I'll let each of them kind of go through what they offer, and then we'll have a little bit of Q&A for them after this. So, Josie, if you want to just in a nutshell, what is Tropical Tan and where are we located?
Yeah, so Tropical Tan started off in Kenosha, where Jay started off. Now he's all over the world. We're getting there, but we're in Kenosha right now. We have 2 locations in Kenosha, and now we have 2 locations in Illinois, Grays Lake and Palatine. So we have regular UV tanning, automatic spray booth tanning, as well as custom spray tanning. We do that on a daily basis unless you need to be super bronze trophy. Then we obviously offer the competition spray tanning. So that's what we're offering. And obviously, if you guys are a part of Fit for Each Other or a part of Dre's team or even mention Dre's name, we take really good care of you. So that's kind of what I'm here for, just if you guys have any questions on the spray tans. Dre probably knows a little bit more about the spray tan process and stuff, but he's kind of taking me under his wing because it's a big business. I didn't really realize how much of a business there is with the competition spray tan. So Dre's kind of taking me under his wing and kind of introduced me to that. Now we're just kind of trying to take over that business in the Midwest. Going as far, up into the Wisconsin area and then to Rockford. The way we do things with social media and the connections that Dre has and the way we are, how aggressive we are on social media, I know that I could take over this, location and territory with competition spray tans, and we offer a service and a quality that no one else has, not 50 Shades of Spray, not, I really don't want to say anybody else's names, to play it safe, but we offer a good service at a good price, and it's all about the experience, so we're going to give people a really good competition spray tan experience, try to be there from when you guys book with us to, as close to the stage as we possibly can. We're limited to what we can do if we're not the show spray tan provider, but we'll do our best to kind of help out and support everyone along the way, so.
All right, thanks, Josie. And Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. What's made Tropical Tan successful, and I've been fortunate enough to witness from the very beginning. The first day Josie opened the store, TTK1 here on Highway 50, and it's been the service and the experience, and that's why we built such a loyalty here in the Midwest. So very excited to see what things he has in store, and we'll keep plugging away with it. Catherine, let's go ahead and why don't you give the viewers a quick rundown of your services. You don't have to be too specific because we're going to give you some really good Q&A right after this.
Okay. Great. I am a makeup professional that will travel on site and travel to several of the NPC and IFBB Pro shows to be able to provide makeup applications and hair services and spray tanning for the athletes. To be able to be on site, and whether I'm staying at the host hotel or a hotel near the venue, just depending upon the show. And we'll also help with like the hair extensions, which are obviously quite common for females.
Mm-hmm.
We can help with that as well.
Okay, awesome. Let's move on to the next slide so we can kind of dig a little bit deeper for each of our guests here. Obviously, both of these services are going to be major components of any competition, whether you're a guy or a girl. Especially the tanning, it's a very overlooked thing in the beginning, I would say, even for, someone in my tone or darker. Like when I started, I know I had no idea I had to tan or anything. I used to laugh at that. And now it's like I get 3 or 4 coats of spray tan, So very, very important components of the competition here. And same thing with hair and makeup can make or break you, the ladies. Let's see, Josie, we kind of touched on number 1 already as far as location of services. Let's touch on number 2 and 3 here. So number 2, have you done any competition spray tans for athletes in the past, and what's next on the horizon for you guys?
Well, we have. I mean, obviously, we first started off with you spraying you and then spraying your team a bit. And now what we're doing, we're actually going to be spraying. We're the main spray tan provider for the upcoming NPC Pride of the Midwest. So we're spraying at their host hotel. We're actually going to be there right before you guys get on stage, if any of you guys are competing for that. We're going to be there glazing, doing touch-ups and things like that, making sure we're there every step of the way. So this is kind of like our, intro into the business and the shows, but the way we're going to have a smooth system, and things should go really well for us, I would say. So so it's been good. It's definitely something a lot of people don't realize, that the tan is so important, and I realized that actually went to the show, the Titan, and just those stage lights really flood those athletes, and if you don't have like a deep dark color, you can't just go to a spray booth and you can't just go and cheat your way out of it, like getting something over the counter or just getting like a $10 spray tan at a local tanning salon. You just can't do it. You have to spend the money and get a professional competition spray tan, because that solution is formulated so it helps absorb that light instead of just flushing you out while you're on stage. So definitely don't try to cheat your way out of it. You've done so much to prepare for this point. Don't cheat yourself and do a $10 spray tan, and it just ruins you, because you're gonna look. Everyone else looks like a bronze mahogany trophy, and then you're gonna be over there looking like you don't even tan.
Looking like a hot mess.
It's funny you say that, Josie, because every time I get a spray tan, I feel like a spray tan is worth 1,000 workouts.
It really is.
It does. It adds that extra, dimension of definition to you. And just what Josie said, with the density of the stage lights, all those different factors, you don't want to look flushed out and reflective. You want to, have a certain tone when the lights hit your tan. So these are things that a professional is going to help you out with. And before we move on to point 3 here, Nicole, do you want to mention, I know Josie said he's going to be spraying that Friday, right, Josie?
Yeah.
What is that, the 13th?
I just spilled some solution.
Friday the 13th. There you go. Nicole, if you want to tell our viewers our special announcement for Friday the 13th, if they want to come, do the meet and greet with us, and I guess bounce some questions off us before they hit the stage.
Yes, if you get tanned by Josie and his team at Tropical Tan, Andre and I will be at the Radisson Hotel, and we will be giving quick posing critiques. So for any of the competitors, any questions that you have on posing, we'll be there to help you out.
Yeah, and just let me add to something like that. When you guys are booking, if you guys have if you guys are waiting for your appointment, that is the time that I would want you guys to get your critiquing and stuff. Because once I apply the spray tan, you really don't want to be posing or anything like that. You want to have that all down before you get the spray applied. So it's going to be kind of a busy, hectic time. So we want to make sure that you get that practice and stuff before you get sprayed, not after. You don't want to risk messing up the spray tan. Any creases in the muscles, things like that. Once you get a spray tan, you really want to baby it and do absolutely nothing until you get ready to go on stage. So.
Yep. Yeah, and it's always important to wear loose clothing. So you want to go in there wearing very super loose clothing. Ladies, wear your boyfriend's lounge pants and their big sweatshirts, and head over to the Radisson Hotel probably about 45 minutes before you get your spray, and we can definitely help you on your posing.
Perfect.
All right, and that takes us to our next point, and our last point for the tanning process. Josie, let's give them a rundown. This is more so for new athletes that have never experienced the stage before and the spray tan process, but from, let's say 1 to 2 days out heading into their tanning appointment, what is that process kind of like all the way up until until they're backstage in that pump room?
Well, until they get sprayed. So the week of the show, the week before their spray tan, we're spraying them on, let's say, typically shows are Saturdays, you're getting sprayed Friday most of the time, like 90% of the time. Mm-hmm. There used to be a process where you're getting sprayed 2-3 times a week. Ain't nobody got time for that. So you're all getting sprayed on Fridays. So what you want to do that week of your spray tan, you want to really take good care of your skin. You want to keep it hydrated and moisturized. If you want to do any harsh exfoliating, because a lot of people get crazy with their exfoliating, you want to do that like 2 to 3 days before your spray tan. You don't want to do it immediately. And the reason for that is that your skin then gets damaged, and it takes about 24 hours for it to heal and repair. You don't want that time to occur while you're getting the spray or while the spray is developing, because you're going to have a bad result. So if you're going to do any harsh exfoliating, you want to do that 2 to 3 days before your spray tan. I would just suggest taking real good care of your skin. Keep it moisturized with lotion. You don't want to do anything aggressive like hardcore waxing or anything like that. You want to make sure you're shaved. That's one thing that I really didn't touch on just yet, but we don't want to be spraying on, you don't want hair. You want to be as shaved as possible when it comes to the spray tan. So if you want to do any body hair removal and things like that, you want to make sure you're doing it in enough time for your skin to heal, because that stuff is pretty, like you put wax on your skin and then it's all red and it's sensitive, and your skin then has to try to heal itself. And if we spray on top of that healing process, sorry, I just got a call in the middle of that, but we don't want to interfere with that. So take good care of your skin, keep it moisturized, keep it hydrated. I don't know what kind of water intake you guys can and cannot do, but just keep your skin hydrated. If you guys are tanning with me, we have locations in Kenosha. I can definitely arrange something where you get some free tanning to help you dry out, and Drake can kind of touch on why that's important. But you just want to take really good care of your skin, and then once that time comes where you're spraying, you want to be showered, shaved, no lotions, deodorant, perfume, cologne of any kind. You want to come in as clean and bare as possible. Keep in mind of what you're wearing in your outfits, your bikinis and things like that. I'm doing my best to have all the females get sprayed with females and all the males get sprayed with males for that comfort level. We don't want any surprises or anything like that. It's kind of, and a lot of people really, from my experience now, girls are just, they have no shame. They're proud of their bodies. They do whatever. I've sprayed a lot of Dre's athletes in the nude. It's not a big deal. I've seen it all, done it all. But we want to keep the girls with the girls, the guys with the guys. Just take really good care of that skin. Keep it moisturized and things like that. But then once it comes down to your last shower and shave, you're going to shower, shave, and then you're going to leave your skin free from any lotions, deodorant, or anything like that. Clean and bare as possible.
All right, you said it. So new athletes, what we're trying to say is shave those arms. I see, how many people, Nicole, do we have coming in their first show and they end up looking like a tarantula?
Yeah. They do. Every little piece of hair shows.
Yes.
This goes for females too, not to butt in, but this goes for women too. A lot of women don't realize the peach fuzz that they have on their backs or their butts and stomachs, and so I'm going to piggyback off and let everybody know that it goes to you too, not just the men, because that mist that he's spraying is so fine, and it'll go on so much more even and look so much nicer. Shaving is also a natural exfoliant, so that's going to help as well. Have that his solution really penetrate the skin nice and even.
Yep, definitely. Thanks for all the tips. I mean, we've as competitors, because Catherine, you've competed in the past too, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been involved in the sport since '07, actually, whether started competing and now obviously offering services. So I've been around a while.
Okay. So you've had more than your fair share of shaving pre-show. Yeah, it's a process, especially for guys. Most guys don't realize how intense it is. That's like a 3 or 4 hour project for most of us. So
it can be. I will tell clients to, they can always try and error, but obviously maybe a month before the show, do a test area spot. That might sometimes help if you really think that you need that. But obviously test that out. That's not something you want to test out 24 hours, or waxing. Those aren't things you test 24 hours before the show. No. These are things like, if you're new to waxing, I agree with what he was saying. If you're new to waxing, don't do it. Now's not the time to start.
That's right.
Trial and error. But yeah, but don't be, obviously I don't know how shy you are when it comes to body hair and all manly about it, but you know what? You want to look trophy, you want to look clean on stage. You don't want any hair on those arms, something like that. Your body looks a lot better when you don't have, I'm not a bodybuilder, I do lift a little bit, but kidding. But I shave my arms too, and it looks so much better and cleaner, and then it's just, the spray tan's not going to stay on the hair, it's going to stay on your skin, it's going to absorb into your skin, you're going to look really good on stage. You don't want to have any hamburger meat, you don't want to shave your armpits, shave everything. So.
All right, and you know what, while we're on the subject, real quick, guys, for your facial hair, if you're in men's physique division, again, we are a model category division of bodybuilding. So you need to come with that beach boy kind of, surfer-looking swag. Bring a good hairstyle. Don't come in looking greasy. Don't come in with, a full beard or any of that stuff. If you're going to have facial hair, keep it very small and trimmed. I personally recommend just going clean shaved all the way around. And from my personal experience, that's what the judges seem to prefer. So just, more footnotes to keep in mind. And before you get that tan, make sure you shower in a good pH balancing soap that's not oil-based, and you'll be good to go. So let's move on to Catherine. Let's see, we kind of went through a little bit of number 1 already. But I'd like you to elaborate on that a little bit more, though, on the importance of getting your makeup done by a professional for a competition versus, trying to wing it yourself.
Yeah, just as far as like a little bit of the background, I started competing myself in '07, and to let people know, yes, I haven't stepped on this stage in a while, but I am familiar with like that national level, top 3 national level competitors. So I always think that seems to reassure clients, especially new clients, that I really have been in your shoes, so to speak, and know what you're going through and how you feel that morning. And I think that kind of plays into the importance of hiring a professional who knows what they're doing, so that way you can really be as stress-free as possible, and kind of playing off of the overall experience. When I started, obviously social media and all of the resources that we are bringing to you guys today, this webinar is a perfect example. These resources weren't available, so that level of stress. So it's out there now, and we really want to welcome new competitors. And obviously we all love the sport. That's why we're involved, and bringing other people into it and introducing it. So I really, truly want everyone to have a good experience. And part of that is knowing that you can just show up to your appointment, that communication prior to the show is done well, and that you know your times, you know where you're going, that it's going to be at a convenient location. Like I said, I'll always get the hotel ahead of time. But someone who is a professional makeup artist is going to have, and someone who's familiar with the sport is going to be able to really distinguish competitors from one another. Obviously, as the sport continues to grow, the competition is more and more fierce. And, you know, just as you played off that men's physique to a certain degree as like a model category, really, I mean, that they've always been looking at those things for women, and it's really based on your overall look. All judges will say that at the end of the day, your overall look, your skin tone from your tan to your makeup to your hair are all part of that overall presentation of yourself and what is going to attract them to look at you in either a positive way or something that could be distracting. So a professional makeup artist, and obviously someone who's familiar with the sport, not just someone who works at a salon, they're going to be familiar with what we were talking about with the tan, about the stage lights, about that shadowing, that contouring. The same way that those stage lights could potentially wash someone out is going to also affect their makeup and the way that looks. So I think that that's very important. Your skin is obviously very drastically different that day. We just talked about the level of tans and how you are so much tanner. So, you know, having that and being able to make sure that your face doesn't look muddy or muddled because you're trying to match that, you know, deep dark tan onto your face, you know, doing it in a way where the contouring is proper so you still see your face, so your eyes still look bright and beautiful and, you know, aren't raccooned out, and, you know, blending that makeup so it transitions nicely into that deep dark tan without your face looking muddy. You know, those stage lights, the brightness of the angles, and I feel like a lot of times people will go ahead and think it's stage makeup, so it needs to be dark, and I need this big dramatic black smoky eye, and then they don't realize that up on stage they look like they just got two big black eyes, or, you know, this like bright pink lipstick, but it looks frosty and neon, and you know, there's just different things like that that, you know, when you're used to certain colors that look good on you every day, but they don't now that you are, you know, 6 shades darker than you normally are. So there's things like that to definitely consider, and a professional will really make sure that they are complementing the makeup to your eye shape and your features. You know, I don't want everyone to necessarily look the same because, you know, one person's features versus another, you know, inset eyes versus smaller eyes, large almond, what have you. You know, it's really about finding an artist who can make you be the very best you that day and hopefully give you that confidence and swagger, so that way when you're up on stage you can just feel that, and that will hopefully, you know, resonate as you walk across stage and be that confident person, focus on your posing, do everything as you practiced, and feel good about yourself.
All right.
Hopefully that kind of...
yeah, no, that's touched on, I guess, the importance on, you know, why people need, and I think most people that get the hair and makeup services provided, when they hit the stage, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable and have that peace of mind, like, you know, versus just kind of half-assing it and trying to save a couple dollars and praying that, you know, they look okay. You know, I've done, you know, from a guy's perspective, like I've done my own tan versus getting a tan by a salon, and although I did turn pro, the one time I had to do my own tan, it was an emergency, and I was in Fort Lauderdale for like a full week, so there was no way I was going to be able to get tan, you know, like 8 days out and then hold that for a week. And I did my own tan with the little paint rollers and everything, and it was like the most stressful thing I've ever done. So
old school style.
Old school, you know, but hey, sometimes you have to
remember that.
Yeah, I think it's important in the morning of your show too to be as stress-free as possible. You want everything moving smoothly. So it's nice to have, you know, sponsors at the hotel that'll take care of your tan. Someone where Catherine actually did my makeup for both the Arnold and upcoming for Miami. And I know that I can go in there with ease. I'll just sit there, and in about 30 minutes, I'll be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you briefly touched upon, like, that saving a few dollars. I think, you know, whether it be a new athlete or what have you, you really want this polished look. I mean, the overall experience. The irony is that you're going to have these pictures and you're going to be doing the selfies all day in the pictures, and whether this is like your first show and it's a bucket list and you have no intentions of going further, or if this is something you are turning into a career, or it is, I think the idea is that you've spent so much of your resources, time, money, effort into every other aspect of the show that your tan, makeup, and hair are not the place to skimp, because they will distinguish you from your competition. That it is really an extension of your physique, and it needs to be thought of as such, and it by all means is just as important. And I guess that's why I was touching base on why the differences of a professional makeup artist who's familiar with the sport versus someone who does pretty good Saturday date night makeup. There's so many differences involved. This isn't going to be the place to skimp out, because you really want to look back at those pictures, whether it be the selfies backstage, whether it be the pictures your spouse is taking, your man or girl are taking of you, and just really feel good and proud of that moment wherever you wanted it to lead to. And that's all part of it, knowing that you really brought your best.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing you can do is come in prepared for all these different things, and then you skimp out on one component, whether it's your tan or your makeup or your suit or whatever, and have that work against you. And that's like the biggest thing that I see with newer athletes, where it's probably pretty gut wrenching for them after the fact. Nicole, why don't you take Catherine through number 2 and 3? We can kind of do these together. So let's. I don't know if you can see the slideshow right now while I'm talking, but if you
That's
can.
okay. It's all up here.
Okay.
So, Catherine, I know that in Wisconsin and Illinois we have some upcoming shows, and we do have, maybe a national show coming up. I don't know. I may have heard of it. But what shows are you planning on being at, and what services will you provide at these shows?
The next show coming up is in Chicago, formerly known as the Ironman, November 7th. And then I will actually be at the other Illinois show November 14th in Rockford, Illinois. So for anybody that's going to be there, I will be providing airbrush tanning, makeup, and hair services. And my hair services also include if you have extensions and need help with clip-ins, by the way, as well as providing lashes to complement individual eye shapes. So I do provide that as well. I will obviously be in Miami, so excited to see you then. And that really kind of rounds out for the rest of this year. The last show for the year for me will be Miami, the Nationals, and so I'm excited. The last time we competed was there, so I'm excited to go back. But and then we'll kickstart 2016 with the Arnold, and the rest of I travel all over to these different shows. So please, people, go ahead and get in touch with me if you're not sure whether or not I'll be at that show. More than likely, I will be. Except obviously sometimes shows are on the same day. But Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, I've also traveled to Kentucky, and I'm at most of all the national shows, as well as, outside of just the Arnold, both NPC and IFBB shows. So out in Pittsburgh, Masters, juniors here in Chicago, North Americans are all shows that I'll be at as well for 2016.
Okay, so if someone wants to take you up on these awesome services that you provide, how do they come in contact with you?
I try and make it as easy as possible. I have a Facebook page set up, so I think you guys have it there in the link. It's Cosmetic Artistry by Catherine Ann. And I'm also on Instagram, Chlipala, so it's Chlipala, or my cell phone. And I think you guys have it there listed as well on the slideshow. So you guys are going to put it at the bottom, correct?
Yes, we actually have, when we get done with the slideshow here, we'll have a page with everyone's email addresses and contact info.
Yeah, and so people are welcome. I'm welcome for people to call. I think that, we always have a lot of different questions in regards to what hotel, whether or not I'll be at the host, and things like that. So they either give me a call or email me, which have you, and then I can send out the information appropriate to the show that they're thinking that they're going to do.
All right. Perfect. Me and Nicole are going to take a couple moments here to just walk you guys through some of our top tips, I would say, just for things like suit selection, overall look, jewelry, and that kind of stuff. So I'll lead off here. Number one, we touched on this a little while ago. Hit the stage with a clean, stylish look. You know, you don't want something that's so busy, whether it's your suit, your jewelry, whatever. You don't want something that's over the top distracting where it's drawing the judges and the audience's attention to that detail rather than presenting your physique, right? Your physique is your masterpiece, so that should be the foundation of your stage presence, and then the suit and jewelry and all these things should just be there to complement it. Nicole, if you want to hit on item number 2, jewelry, and there's no set guideline for you guys that are viewing. This is just our personal recommendations.
Yeah, so jewelry, it's typical that you do maybe one chunky bracelet, smaller bracelet on the other. I personally do one chunky bracelet here, and I stack 2 tiny bracelets here. Earrings, you want big earrings because more than likely your hair is going to be covering it. So I normally get my earrings till they're about here, and where was it? Yep, you want it if you have your connectors for your bikini. So normally you get AB crystals or you just get regular crystals. So make sure that your jewelry crystals matches your suit crystals. You don't want AB crystals here and then regular crystals on your suit.
Okay.
But really short, simple. I also want to touch base on belly rings. You can either A, take your belly ring completely out, or B, just have a really simple, basic belly ring, just a small crystal. I've seen some girls where they, the long, 1 to 2 inch dangly belly rings that are hanging down. That's really distracting, and you want the main focus on those awesome abs, not the belly ring.
And if you're a guy and you're wearing a belly ring, you're on the wrong stage. Item 3, board shorts. So this is always a fun one, and it's always a tough one for guys. I actually have a few people. I see Eric. We're working with Eric for his peak week in a couple weeks, and he's one of the guys that asked about the board shorts. So this is the feedback that I've got over the years and that I've applied. Obviously, it's been working to this point, but you do have to keep up with the trends somewhat. And with that being said, you want to keep up with the trend, but you want to differentiate yourself just a little bit. So it's not over the top, but you're unique, right? So typically larger blocky patterns or solid colors seem to work best. Whenever I get critique from a head judge such as Sandy or Steve, they usually prefer that. So if you look at the Olympia stage, for instance, you'll see most of us have the Hurley rip curl. I see a couple guys with Billabong on. The shorts should stop right above the knee length. You don't want these long board shorts or it throws your proportions off. And at the same time, you don't want some really short board shorts and you're the only guy on stage that has those and then you look out of place. So just kind of use some common sense, keep it basic. Colors don't really matter. I've seen, hot pink, which actually works pretty good for guys with a dark complexion. And but you'll see every color of the spectrum. So knee length, big blocky colors, or solid colors. We'll touch on number 4 now. Nicole, bikinis. What are their options, and what do you recommend?
All right, now for bikinis, I recommend choosing a dark color. As you see, there's a picture here on the slideshow. Each girl has a dark color, a dark green, dark red. You don't want a hot pink. It almost kind of washes you out completely. So stick with a dark color. You can, if you have the extra money, definitely put a little bit of bling on it, a little bit of crystals. Normally, just contact who is designing your suit, and they're the professionals. They're going to basically want you to make your physique look the best and give you the suggestions. As for the cuts, if you're on a national or IFBB stage, you're going to want the pro cut. A lot of the times, though, on the amateur stage, it works vice versa. amateur stages. I know there's one show that they actually, a couple of shows actually, that they want you in your bikini as you're checking in, and if you have a pro cut, they will not let you. So if you're on an amateur stage, you want to get the next level down from a pro cut, but you don't want to get where it's a swimsuit style and it's covering all that hard work. So that's what I have on suits. The companies listed, you know, a lot of the companies will work with your budget, and a lot of these companies, because the suits are a little bit more expensive, but they offer payment plans and solutions that way.
All right. I think that pretty much wraps up most of what we had for our top tips. If you guys have any questions on any of this stuff, shoot me or Nicole an email. trainingbydre@gmail.com is mine. Nicole, what's your email?
Knee, as in your knee, Cole 1987@gmail.com.
How can I forget that, right?
Right.
All right, and we'll just go ahead and wrap up here. So, as always, if anyone's interested in getting the advanced training, you know, contest prep and all the principles that we apply here, head on over to the website. It's www.fitforeachotheronline.com, and we can get you set up. For you guys that are on this webinar, you are always going to get our Team FRE Tropical Tan discount, the malnutrition discount, and you're going to get an extra 20% savings for anyone that wants to sign up today for whether it be a regular fitness plan, diet plan, meal plan, you name it. So again, just either shoot me an email or head on over to the site. We have our video mentoring out also, so you can speak one-on-one with Nicole or myself. And this program is pretty cool. It allows us to work a little bit closer with you guys. You know, we have a large following at this point, so it's hard to get that one-on-one time with people and answer every message that's out there. But this program will give you 30 minutes twice a month of our undivided attention. You can use this whether you're at the gym, whether you just want fitness and lifestyle mentoring, however you want. So check it out. We got some pretty cool bonuses out there for you guys, and hey, we're here to help you. And everyone knows those two superstars right there, Natalia and Ava. All right. So important links to write down. Give you guys a moment to either screenshot it or write it down. You'll see the contact information for Catherine and Josie, and of course Nicole and myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi.
And let me unshare my screen so I can see you guys. All right. I think that pretty much wraps it up. Catherine and Josie, if you guys have anything you'd like to say in closing here, otherwise we'll go ahead and wrap this episode up.
No, just thanks for having me, and hope that this like answers and sheds some light on, you know, the different things that go into signing up for a show, that it's not just, unfortunately, it's not just the gym. So I mean, we all do that part of it because we like that. But so thanks for having us, and you guys feel free to call with any questions. You know, whether we touch base about suit color, you know, the suit colors, all of that. That all kind of is, you know. So, and hopefully, look forward to seeing many of you soon, and then whether this year or the upcoming next.
All right. Thank you, Catherine. Josie?
Yeah, just thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm excited about you know, the upcoming show. If anyone's competing in the Pride of the Moose, definitely reach out to us, email so we can get you booked. We're getting booked real quick. We probably have about 25 competitors booked already, so it's and then obviously everyone waits last minute. So all the good times are getting slotted like 7, 8, 9. So if you are competing or are thinking about it, you know, definitely email us so we can get you set up. Just one thing in general. Just don't shortchange anything, even if like you're traveling to different shows elsewhere, you know, make sure you get the makeup done, make sure you get the spray tan done. You've all worked so hard and you sacrifice and you starve yourself and you're waiting for that pizza after the show. Just get the makeup done and get the spray tan done right, so you look really good on stage, so you have no worries. You know, you're ready to hit your poses and just take home some hardware. So we wish you all the best of luck. We want to be a part of that journey any way we can. But you know, no matter whatever you guys need, if you have any questions about spray tans, even if you're far away, hey, what do I do? Even if we're not spraying you, we'll definitely take care of you. We'll do our best to help you out. So any questions, you have the email, tropicaltankenosha@yahoo.com. Find us on Instagram. You can Instagram.com/tropicaltan. So real easy to find us.
All right, thanks, Josie. And as for us, Nicole is about 3 weeks out from going for that pro card. I know she's got it in her. I'm the guy behind the scenes. She's the one putting in all the work. And let's get that first IFBB bikini card here in Wisconsin, Nicole.
I'm feeling more ready than ever, and here I got the lovely Catherine that's gonna, you know, beautify me on my special day, and I will have those pictures that I can post and lots of selfies. Maybe I'll Periscope. I don't know.
All right. And I know Catherine will take care of you. So as for me, next time you guys hear from me, I will probably be sitting in Russia in about 7 days. So I'll be sitting in Russia with my tropical tan coat applied. So you guys will have some love all the way across the world.
We're internationally known.
Yeah, that's right. Internationally known.
And I want to mention, these people are special guests, not just, you know, they're not just anyone. We personally use them. I've used Catherine at the Arnold. She did my photo shoot. A lot of Instagram, you see my drop dead photos. She was the one who did my makeup. Josie does Andre's tan every time prior to a show. So these are people that we trust and we believe in.
Absolutely. So, hey, everyone out there, you like my disguise? I won't see you until after Halloween, so enjoy your Halloween weekend. Have some candy for me and Nicole, and we will talk to you guys soon.
All right. See you later.
Thanks for joining us. All right, everyone. Thank you.